Hey guys, it's your favorite little blue Bodhi here. I am still without power, but I finally got on the Schumann Resonance app because I haven't been able to. And I was able to take screenshots of some of this. So I want to talk about this. Does anybody else see the sacred geometry here? Because that was glaringly obvious to me right off the bat. There are a ton of different things going on here, but I do want to say this. I have been monitoring the Schumann for years before I ever got on TikTok, before it was ever cool on TikTok. I've done all the correlations between all this different stuff. I know what affects it, I know what doesn't. Now we have a ton of volcanic eruptions going on right now. We have a ton of crazy seismic activity. We have a ton of very intense storms. Like, if you guys didn't know, haven't seen my video, the reason I don't have power is because I live in Tulsa and we got hit with 100-mile-an-hour winds last night. Not tornado, wind. It was one of the scariest things I've experienced. A tornado is a tornado, you know it's coming, but wind is so weird. We also had some of the most intense lightning last night that it had to have affected the Schumann, but not like this. I find this very interesting that this pattern that no one has ever seen before, that is full of sacred geometry, comes the week after we had all of these press conferences about UFOs, aliens, the thing at the the South Pole, and the monitoring system that's down there. I find this all extremely fascinating. And I don't know about y'all, but this last week has shown me that I have to calm the fuck down. I have to slow down. I have to be patient. I have to quit working the way I've been working. It has been a complete and utter change, which I expected from Pluto going into retrograde in Capricorn. But this is unprecedented. And I will admit that my conspiracy theory brain is going wild. Because didn't we just talk about all the headaches, all the dizziness, all the nausea, all the issues that every single person, all of you guys were having last week? Didn't we just talk about UFOs? Didn't we just talk about the thing at the South Pole that can cause seismic shifts, that can do all this shit, that has an amazing amount of voltage? And didn't we just have this crazy intense retrograde? And it's just like a perfect storm, y'all. And now this. The irony of all of this and the connectivity has not been lost on me. As a kid, I loved connect the dots, and I love connect the dots as an adult. Now, normally when y'all come at me with stuff like, oh, the Schumann says we shifted timelines and blah, 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 I'm like, no, this happened. We had a CME, we had this, we had eruptions, we had whatever. This one, however, something shifted intensely last night. See that hole right there? So holes have been happening more and more lately, but that one, what's missing right there? What is missing right there? Like, that's right about the time that this storm hit my house here in Tulsa. It's right about the time a whole bunch of things happened around the world, eruptions and so on. But what happened to cause that? Was it a spike like we've never seen, or what? Or this is where I say, did we shift timelines? And as you guys can see, this pattern has been going on for a while, almost 24 hours at this point. This leads me to ask this question. Did they turn something on in the South Pole that is causing this? And just looking at the pattern that this makes, who are we signaling? Because y'all, that right there is a signal. And I'm probably going to go in here in a little bit when it cools off in my house and look and see if I can plot that on a map, as in like space map. Because if you look at it, it's repeating. It's not just the same thing as spikes and then it goes away. This is repeating. Who the fuck is getting signaled right now, y'all? I have a feeling we're in for a very intense, very weird week. And I think a lot of people are fixing to freak out. Y'all, staying calm is the best thing that you can do. Because freaking out and doing all of this shit is only going to hurt yourself and other people. But who the fuck are we signaling? Why are we signaling them now? Why does this keep repeating? What is it they're signaling? And what happened in that empty spot? I legit feel like this is why all of us had that intense anxiety last week, why we all had panic attacks, why we all had headaches and dizziness and nausea and deja vu and just all of this intense shit, especially with our gifts. I'll let you guys know what I find as far as if this maps out on a star chart.